Hey, family, it's Monica May. We're going to do some tea today. Let's spill the tea, why don't we? We're at the West Oaks Mall. We are live at the GLG Hub. That stands for the Great Life Group. You can talk to the All Goods here and come and use their business studio. They have other podcast areas for you as well. And we're so grateful to Keisha and her crew for allowing us to come in and have a different background for you. The topic this time is My Mom Never Supports Me. Dear Monica, I've wanted to pursue law for my entire life. You go, mama. But my mom, on the other hand, doesn't see the value in it. In a lot of our families, black families, especially black and brown families, college might not even be on the table because in their minds, why you need to go to college? You just need to stay here and help with these bills. No, she does need to go to college because she does need to have a brighter, bigger, betterer outlook for herself. This is about her, mom. You gave birth to a real person that has real goals and dreams. She may not have ever discussed them with you. And in our previous discussions, we've talked about you can't just start parenting from the time that they're 13, 14, 15. No, you got to help shape some of this from the time they start pulling up one, two, three, setting some boundaries, but not being that helicopter mom. This girl wants to go to law school. My gosh, support her. I would be the first in my family to go to college, and while I thought this would bring us closer together, it only seems to push her further away. She thinks I simply want to get away from her. Now, is that the bottom line? And where I grew up, and while that is true, I can't help but to feel isolated and alone. I got something to say about that. I'm a senior and will be going to my dream university in the fall. I've already applied and I know I'm getting in. While she while she supports me in public, you know how that is, in private, I'm not seeing it. How am I going to go to college without having family to support me? You can do it, sis. Will our relationship ever get better even after I get the degree? Well, you watch how many people are going to be there to watch my Shania. Oh, baby, she just graduated. Come on, auntie and uncle and grandma and grandpa. Yeah, they're going to all be there. But did you get the support while you were going through the 4 years? Let me break this down in a couple of different ways. When you are the first in your family to go to college, in many instances, there was no prep for it. And by that, I mean it's a struggle strain on everybody. You're struggling. You don't know anything about scholarshiping. You're taking out all these loans. Wow. We have a workshop set up for you April 25th. If you still want to go to info at letsspillthetea.org, you can register there if you are a high school senior. I'm really looking for you because the title of it is Ahead of the Curve, but it's really all the things your mom never told you before you went away to school. Let's deal with first things first. Law is a perfect degree to go after, but you do know it's going to take between 6 to 8 years to complete that. How are you going to do that? That's one part of it. But my mom doesn't see the value in it. She needs your help at home. But she doesn't understand that to have you away pursuing higher education is going to give you better opportunities to be able to help. Your mom also, if she's in that mode, may have been using you as her crutch. You were her baby doll. You were then her friend. You were her cupie. She could dress you up and take you out and show you off. But you growed up now, and she doesn't know how to deal with that. So she's afraid more than anything else of losing you and losing the connection that she dreamed of in her mind. It only pushes us further away. You thought it was going to bring you closer together. I want you to continue maintaining connection with your mom while you're away. That means texting when you can. That means accepting her calls when you can. But remember, you're the student and she's the parent. I'll say it in reverse. You're the parent. She's the student. She has the right to start living her life. Now, if it always seems as if I'm taking the kid's side, it's just that I understand it from both sides. You got to give her the space to be the woman that God deems her to be. While it is true, she seems like she thinks I simply want to get away from her and where I grew up. And while that is true, I still feel isolated and alone. Let me share this with you. I spoke to a group of about 45 girls at Sheeler High School the other day. Now, Sheila is a school for at-risk girls. They're girls and guys. They've come there because for some reason they're not making it in their regular school, either through truancy or it could be any, host of reasons. There is a great curriculum there. They could want to just be there. When I talked to these girls, I was very open to, I grew up in New York. The latter part of my teen years, we were in the projects. And in the projects, you have buildings that have 17 to 20 stories. And there's like a minimum of 8 to 10 apartments on each floor. Minimum of 2 kids up to maybe 10. Sometimes the wall had to be broken down so there could be a larger apartment. If you did all of that, I'm not talking about the math in that. I'm talking about the peer pressure in that. I often felt like I didn't fit in. I often felt like ain't nobody checking for me, so I was left to my own devices. Although that is a story for another time, I do want to share with you that I did want to get away. I wanted a new environment, and I felt like college was going to be it. If I didn't, I was going to be drugged deeper into the lifestyle of those who were just sitting on the bench and doing nothing. That's what basically she's saying. Yeah, I do want to get away. She feels isolated. She's a senior and she wants the opportunity to go to her dream university. Mom, don't stand in the way of that, because I'm going to tell you something. If you try to, that will be the biggest resentment ever. Because without that college opportunity, even if she decides after the first year, like I did, I don't want to do this no more, that's her decision. You know why? When you let her come out of your canal, you gave up the option of controlling her. You controlled her for those 9 months, and that's the only control you get. And I'll say that again. You can't, because she's a human being. She has rights to her feelings. And you have a right to get back to your own life, the privacy too. This thing about supporting your child in public, but not behind closed doors, you a farce then. And that's what this girl is saying. You showing off, like I said, you dressing her up in that baby doll, showing her off for everybody to gloat over, because that means that you're being a good mom. Don't do that. She's her own person with her own hairstyles and her own clothing. Now, as long as it's not too tight, too revealing, because I don't like that. And I hope that somebody hits me up about that. But whatever you do in public, he sees it in private, and you know what I'm talking about. So be the same person. How am I going to go to college without having family to support me? I had minimal support, and I made it through. You too can do it. There's friends that you'll make. There's internships that you're going to get involved in, because you're going to choose a major, and the internship will add to that. You're going to make friends along the way. You're going to work. You're going to do all of those things, and you're going to be just fine. Will our relationship ever get better even after I get the degree? Yes, it will. Or no, it won't. But whatever it is, you guys got to live with that. Let's spill the tea again. I love when I hear from you. So make sure that you're hitting me up with your letters at info. I had to think about it. info@letspillthetea.org. You write me, and the best thing about that is that I'll get right back to you. So again, we're spilling the tea from the Great Life Group, the GLG Hub in Orlando at the West Oaks Mall.